Take a look at this word, ibnu. This means his son. Why is it that when we add 2 dots, the meaning changes? The word is now ibna, and it means daughter. Welcome to Arabic with Amina, your online Arabic teacher. In today's video, we're diving into a topic that trips up a lot of learners. Taa Marbuta versus ha. At first glance, Taa Marbuta and the letter ha might look like close cousins. They're both rounded, both have a similar loop, but trust me, they have very different personalities. The first difference lies in how they are written. The letter ha and Taa Marbuta may look alike, but they are written differently. Here's how the letter ha is written at the beginning of a word, such as the word hawa, air. And this is how it looks like in the middle of a word, laha, for her. And this is how it is at the end of a word, wajh, face, and miyah, water. Now, Taa Marbuta is a little different. It never appears at the beginning of a word, and it never appears in the middle of a word. You'll only find it at the very end of a word, such as in the word hadiqa, garden, or haya, life. That's because Taa Marbuta isn't considered an official member of the alphabet. The letter ha and Taa Marbuta also differ in pronunciation. Take these words, miyah, ending in the letter ha, and hadiqa, ending in the letter Taa Marbuta. Miyah, hadiqa. At first, they both sound like they end in the ha sound, right? So where's the difference? The secret comes out when these words are used in sentences. Specifically, when we pronounce the tanween or other harakat on them. Let's start with ha. In this sentence, هذه مياه صالح للشرب. هذه مياه صالح للشرب. You notice that when we pronounce the tanween on the letter ha, it becomes hun, miyahun. Now let's take a look at the sentence with Taa Marbuta. هذه حديقة جميلة. هذه حديقة جميلة. Here, the Taa Marbuta is pronounced as tun with a T. حديقة. It can also be pronounced in the word jamila. هذه حديقة جميلة if we were to continue, or if we were to end and pause, we would not pronounce the tanween at the end of our sentence. هذه حديقة جميلة. So the twist is, if we stop at the end of the sentence, such as in Jamila, we will drop the tanween and the Taa Marbuta will sound exactly like a ha. هذه حديقة جميلة. So the letter Taa Marbuta, when it is pronounced with tanween or harakat, it ends up being pronounced like the letter ta or a T. And if we are to stop or pause on it, it would be pronounced as the letter ha. Another difference shows up in conjugation, or when we attach suffixes to words. Take the word wajh, face. If we want to say my face, we add the possessive ya at the end, and it becomes wajhi. Now, let's try it with a word ending in ta marbuta, like the word sa'a, watch. To say my watch, sa'ati. Notice how the ta marbuta transformed into a clear ta, whereas the letter ha remains the letter ha. Let's quickly recap the main differences. Writing. Ta marbuta is only at the end of a word. Ha can appear at the start, middle, or end. The second difference was pronunciation. Ta marbuta can sound like ha or ta, depending on context. The letter ha will always sound like the letter ha. The third difference is conjugation. Adding a suffix to ta marbuta changes it to a ta, such as sa'ati, my watch. However, adding a suffix to the letter ha doesn't change the letter, such as in the word wajhi, my face. So why does it matter to tell these two apart? Well, each letter serves a completely different role in the language. Ta marbuta is most famous for transforming nouns into the feminine form. For example, the word student is talib. This is a masculine noun. If we want to make it feminine, we can add the letter ta marbuta to the end, making it taliba. Both words mean student, just different genders. Talib, taliba. Sometimes ta marbuta is simply part of a word's original form or spelling and cannot be removed, like in the words madrasa, madrasa, school, sayyara, car, sayyara, mubara, a match, mubara, salah, prayer, salah. Same goes for the letter ha. There are words that naturally end with ha, and that the letter ha is just part of the word spelling, such as munabbih, alarm, munabbih, shabah, similarity, muntazih, park, fawakih, fruit. But ha has another trick. The letter ha at the end of a word can represent the possessive pronoun his. For example, take kitab, book. If we add ha to the end, it becomes kitabo, which means his book. And this is where things get really interesting. Look at these two words, طبيبة and طبيبة. They're spelled the same, except for the last letter. The first ends with the letter ha, and the second ends with ta marbuta. The first word, طبيبة, ending with the letter ha, means his doctor. And we are referring to a male doctor. The second word, ending with ta marbuta, طبيبة, means a female doctor. Big difference, right? This is why it's important to differentiate between the letter ha and ta marbuta. Oh, and yes, you can still add the letter ha, the possessive pronoun his, to a word ending in ta marbuta. For example, madrasa. Madrasa, madrasa means school. We can say his school by adding the letter ha to the end of the word. But remember, the Taa Marbuta will be changed into a letter ta before the ha is added. مدرسته, his school. مدرسته. And that's it for today's lesson. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to keep learning Arabic in simple, bite-sized steps, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. I have free courses on my website. See you in the next video.